You're watching Leap Magazine, and after having found our final finalist, I simply said that right there, let's bring in two. I have with me Koro, the top laner from Edward Gaming. Hi, Koro.
Hi.
There you go. So jumping right into it, you've had a series of fairly convincing victories over AHQ right now. I mean, you didn't face the same difficulties that SKT did facing Fnatic. You pretty much just kind of stomped them into the ground. Do you feel confident that you can do this going into SKT? I mean, do you think you can bring the fight to them despite the fact that they kind of did beat you the first time round? Are you ready for them now?
So although we lost our games to SKT previously, but we know like our weak point and the reason why we lost to them. So I have confidence to win them in the final.
Looking at the matchups, most of the people tend to always talk about South Korea when we talk about Asian teams. They get like all the attention. Do you believe that's like fair? Do you think that China just has less to offer? This is a loaded question. Or do you think like South Korea is best, or do you think it's your time to shine? Because I mean, a lot of the South Koreans are leaving now, which means the region is weaker. Do you think it's like China's time to rise and take it back somehow?
Speaking of the player skills, we don't think the Chinese players' skills is lower or is weaker than Korean players. I think what we were waiting for is facing on the strategy, but currently we are importing more and more Korean players into LPL. I think our LPL league is going to stronger and stronger.
All right, cool. Well, it does kind of look like that. That's obvious. Now you're the top lane, obviously. And I've noticed that through the last, pretty much the last season and split and everything, you tend to favor tanks. You tend to favor like utility or tank top laners. Very rarely do you pick the carry. Every now and then you'll throw in like an AP or something like that. But you're not really playing like, say for instance, Huni, who tends to like to bruise things to death. Is there a reason behind your tank pick? Do you think it's the better meta pick, or is it simply what you're comfortable with?
I think tank champions or these tank utility champions, they can contribute more to the team instead of using the AP attacking damage kind of champions. And also I believe tank champions can also give out damage.
Looking into the, I mean, obviously we're going to see a lot of matches tomorrow, and hopefully you are going to give them a bit of a fight. But looking beyond tomorrow, looking at like the next split, the summer season that's coming up, how do you see the role of the top lane? Do you think that the meta is going to allow you to like interfere a bit more? Will you be, I won't say roaming because then there's nobody in your lane, but how do you see like the role of the top lane? Does it change? Are we staying the same, or what's your take on the coming season?
So currently we're still playing the current patch. We don't actually know who's gonna be a super strong top laner in the next patches. So if there's like more stronger top laners in the next patches, I will still have a try.
Obviously. How do you feel that Edward Gaming's capabilities are and chances facing into SKT? In terms of objectives, because you like to fight a lot. I mean, you like to bruise, you like to attack, and in that way you kind of resembled Fnatic in a lot of ways because they like to attack. And SKT kind of proved time and time again that they would avoid the fight and take the dragons, take the lanes, take the towers. And even though they were 10, 15 kills behind, they still had the same gold because they were constantly taking objectives instead. How do you feel that you, as a team, are up to the challenge of denying them these objectives while still bringing them the fight when they want to take it slow?
We can still force them to do a team fight because if there, every time there is an objective or there is, it doesn't matter it's a dragon or baron or even a blue buff, red buff, we can still force them to have a team fight with us.
One last thing before I kind of wrap it up. SKT have proven a couple of times now that they tend to favor super aggressive early jungling. It's what they sealed the last game with, and it's what they gave a lot of people trouble with before. Now, your jungler is fairly good at roaming around and being dominant, but he's not necessarily the best skirmisher. Are you ready to deal with this jungling threat that SKT would probably like to bring to you to see if they can shut down your fight early before you start your snowball?
我觉得就
If they put the champions like Nunu, they will always try to do early gank in the jungle, where we will try to avoid this kind of ganking in the jungle. And if they're trying to gank in our lane, we will just try to call our other players to try to go against them.
I understand that it's your birthday today. Oh, happy birthday, and thank you for joining us. For the rest of you, for more here at the MSI, stay tuned to leaguemag.com. Ta. Finalist, that's a real thing now. For the final, blah, 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 blah. Can we try that again?